it.
A bit close.
Yeah,
I think I give that one edge down a little bit there to the side of LW Blue. But here we go, loaded up in onto Nepal as we get ready to move into Sank.
Now, we'll see whether we are going to get anything different coming out of MVP Space or LW Blue. Looking at MVP Space a little bit more harshly, and I like it. Already changing things up. Like we're going to get a Roadhog, and it's a Junkrat, sorry, and it's just going to be yeah, that's going to come out.
Well,
right?
see, there you go. You're predicting.
Yeah,
It was
so I'm just a little bit ahead.
The wrong Australian, but you got it in the end. So Roadhog going to be starting things
All
off here for the
Australians look the same, Seth. Oh wait, hang on a second. Oops.
You and Papa Smithy, yeah, there's a very big likeness between you two.
Yeah, we're brothers.
Then already starting things off. The MVP going to be wrapping around up onto that higher ground.
They're actually opting in for a triple tank composition, so they've changed it up, maybe in a direction that we weren't expecting. Hook's going to go wide to start things out. Just getting the eye in.
Meanwhile, there's going to be that 2-2-2 coming through from LW Blue. Luna operating in onto that Zenyatta. He's been a big flex player for the side of LW, but comes in, Sabelby, he makes it back out. Nice recall.
Normally you can get the kill before that happens, but unfortunate. Unable to lock it down for that recall. The tracerless composition by MVP Space is inferior.
Yeah, definitely not something that we're used to seeing. And meanwhile, you see Sabelby already starting to go off here. Gets rid of Kuki right off the bat. They'll get the pop on the Daly's mech, take him out.
Yeah, Boop on a closer as well. Gambler able to take him down. Really nicely played. MVP Space getting a couple back, but it's not quite enough.
He's already happy. He's satisfied with his performance, so good job, Sabelby. And Janus as well builds up a very fast Primal Rage. Already has that ready to go. And on a map like Sanctum, where you can just very easily smack off the invading members of MVP Space into the pit.
There's a drive-by with the Pulse Bomb, but doesn't get the stick. Runs outside, loses most of his health bar as well.
Yeah, looked like a very near miss there from the side of Sabelby. Almost had that stick coming through, but might have just clipped onto the wall there at the end. Either way, can build that one up rather quickly. They have still more ultimates waiting. Pine having that attack visor ready to go.
Yeah, one's back as well. Does have his. So attack visor goes down first here from Pine. With Defense Matrix is going to deny a lot of that damage. There's actually a couple of picks coming up MVP Space here as well, so can they actually get control back of this point? Looks like they probably will be, because that's a lot of kills, and that's the retake.
Yeah, they go, they push you, and they don't have to use much. They actually get the Transcendence out of Luna as well as attack visor from Pine. Like you said, that Defense Matrix coming through from Daly, really just blocking a lot of that damage fired out by the Soldier. And MVP Space, they get the retake here. Starting to go ahead and stack up 15%. 66, all that was accrued for LW Blue. So still decent holds for them. But there's so many ultimates available for the side of MVP. The sound barrier going to be the furthest one for them. If they take a little bit of poke damage, they can stack that up very quickly. Self-destruct is nearly there for Daly as well. So you're looking at potential 5 ultimates here that LW Blue have to try to push through.
Yeah, so Joby actually getting right in amongst this as all of the ultimates are coming out on the side of LW Blue. Really want to try and take this one back from MVP Space, and they have made it onto this point. That's actually going to be the cap. As close as going to get another boop. No, he actually gets the revenge boop onto Gambler. Nicely done. And that's going to be a bunch of kills actually now coming out here for MVP Space.
Yeah, it's just going to be a very swift reswap. 10% all that LW is really able to accrue. They stopped, obviously the meter ticking up here for the side of MVP, but still don't have to use a whole lot. We saw that Transcendence used by MVP. Swap comes through. Now Undyne moving over onto that Ana. Build up for the nano boost here. But they still have an Earth Shatter. They still have a whole hog as well as a self-destruct. So there's so much they have to work with. There's LW. They're really just trying to nurse up a lot of these ultimates for themselves.
Yeah, try and get that last ditch push. Of course, having a bit of a bank there with the 76% already accrued is handy, but slowly changing as there's the Earth Shatter. Gets one cheeky little stun, but other than that, not too much. Oh, there's the pin onto Gambler. Kuki probably going to say worth after that one as the monkey's going to shoot him to death.
Yeah, it was looking really questionable when the Earth Shatter only connected in onto one, but after he gets rid of Gambler, that's a pretty nice play there for the side of MVP as they maintain control, at least for the moment, but too many people pushed off here. Daly not able to get back in onto the point in time. Doesn't mean that it gets handed back over, but they nearly tie the score here.
And OneFact actually managed to take out both DPS there as well, as he then just sets up the attack visor. Looking to put the last few bullets into LW Blue for this first round.
And this is one of the most back and forth King of the Hills that we've seen so far. Just
so many
multiple
retakes.
swaps coming through. 90% now for both of these teams as MVP Space keeps ticking further and further closer to that overtime. LW need to get in onto it. They are.
Yeah, they make it onto the point at least.
Actually getting the recap.
Yeah, massive. I believe it was Sabiobi who was just in on the backside. He's just been very cheeky on this Tracer so far. So yeah, retake's going to come in. We're going to hit another overtime as well. Self-destruct is there.
He's ticking down. They need to get on the point.
Pine. Oh my goodness, that's going to be 3 kills already. He's slashing everyone apart. Just telling the LW Blue fans, don't worry, we've got this. And that's going to be it. But that was very close, Achilleos.
I mean, I'm so confused by MVP's play at the end there. Not tagging the point, stopping that retake from coming through. It was just everybody pushing up on the side flank towards the spawn, off of the point. No one's there to contest it. The cap comes through from LW Blue. They hold it, and then Pine finally getting that Dragon Blade just cuts his way through absolutely everybody and hands over that Sanctum win to the side of LW.
Yeah, just saves them with the switch onto the Genji.
Given how MVP had retaken the point initially, had so many ultimates ready to go, that was their round to lose, and they absolutely lost it. They should basically should have had that one completely in their hands, but they dropped the ball. They'll get a second chance.
Do you think like the positioning that they were going for on the side of MVP Space, it was obviously deliberate, right? Like they didn't want to get knocked off the point and into the pit like what was happening a lot during that round.
It was deliberate,
maybe like too much respect given to the Lucio play and the disruption.
You can call it deliberate, but that doesn't make it intelligent. But already,
that's
off
very,
the bat,
very true.
You can see them just suffering heavy losses here as Pine shifts over onto this Pharah, fires away, and already comes up with a couple kills. So this should give LW that first cap coming through. Yet again, we'll see how long they can hold on to it this time around, because it was a lot of back and forth on Sanctum.
It's actually very cute. Exactly the same team compositions coming out of both sides.
It's going to be matching. It's always, comes into question when you're running these double pharmacy comps. See who can be the better Pharah, come up with those body shots. Might not even come down to that. Might just be all about this ground level battle that comes through. Let's see, pulse bomb comes through, not going to find anything, and Pine takes out one Facting while Sabiobi down on the ground floor, gets a pulse bomb of his own, ready to toss it out, but can't find a target, gets taken out as Daly finishes him off. With that Diva, the res comes through from Luna, popping him back in.
It's just going to establish control again.
He's going to hold for a moment.
We'll have to use that one as Pine is actually going to get the shot onto Yaki. That's important. Pharah battle won for the moment, and that ownership of the sky, good stick, is going to land onto the monkey. There's a rocket barrage. He's going to kill Undyne.
Yeah, it's one of the widest spread barrages that I think I've seen. So it just comes up with the kill on the Mercy, but not much more else than that. P-Space still desperately trying to push in here. That's going to be both sound barriers.
Sound barrier is going to come out, but it's not enough to save Sabiobi. He died beforehand. One Fact is going to be able to take out Luna there as well, so a lot of support missing. This could be an opportunity for MVP Space to grab themselves a take on this point, because we're already up to 65%. Janice, though, wants to say something about it. It's going to fall, and another rocket barrage is going to fly through. Not exactly grabbing the kills, but it is going to be softening up the team members.
Oh, just this last second contest coming through. They're actually holding on to this one, LW, as they take up to 80%. They finally get knocked out of there, and the cap comes over to MVP Space, but how long can they hold it for is going to be the question. LW 66% on Sanctum.
Delivers it to Kuki there. It looks like he didn't really understand that that was going to be a problem, but there's going to be a revenge kill on the other side. So, oof, dangerous stuff in MVP Space. Going to be able to claim control once again. We are going to have another repeat, potentially.
I mean, we really might, but I mean, right now, LW Blue, they're going to be much closer as far as the ultimates are concerned. Meko at 60% on that self-destruct, getting ready to come through. Sabiobi, he'll build up another pulse bomb very swiftly, and Pine nearly has another barrage ready to go, and they also have that resurrect from Luna all set. See how much use they can get out of that one. Luna has to keep himself alive. You see immediately dashing away from one Fact, keeping himself on the ground level, but Yaki, yeah, he comes up with the kill.
Yeah, really nice onto the Mercy there as well, so stopping that damage-boosted Pharah. Getting that work done. One Fact trying to dance around does soften up the members of LW Blue quite nicely. See whether it's actually going to be enough here. It's looking better and better here for MVP Space. They've held control for a long, long time. Pine has that rocket barrage, like you said, building it up a little bit faster for Yaki. Not far behind. Another pulse bomb.
Gonna get eaten up, so not gonna come through for One Fact. But
Okay,
yet again, both sound barriers.
Barry's going to go down there as well. One Fact ticking down. Oh, that mech was so close, but does boost his way out. One Fact is going to be taken down. MVP Space starting to lose members across the board. Rocket Barrage flies through. Oh my goodness, all the rockets from everyone are going to be flying out, but Yaki is going to be the one to fall as far as these Faras. That's going to be LW Blue taking it back.
Yeah, I mean, Yaki still gets a kill in onto Sabiobi, but just not fast enough to finish off Pine as well. So he goes down in the exchange, and Pine comes up with a huge barrage, which allows for that retake for the side of LW Blue. And they had already accrued so much, so matching at that 99%, forcing the overtime for MVP Space is not too far off. They're going to have to pile in here, and you can see Sabiobi looking for that cheeky flank around the back, jumps in, trying to finish off closer. If he can get this, that'd be absolutely massive, but the heals are coming through from the Lucio, but they finally get him in the end. Res is down, though.
That's going to be the longest surviving Lucio for a very long time, but that's going to be the self-destruct coming in. They're just trying to get them off this point to stop this overtime. Sabiobi's going to recall, get that health back, try and get this monkey out of here. He's going to move off the pit for now. They do manage to get on just in time. That's Kuki with his life over. They need to get someone on here, and D.Va once again into the back line with that defense matrix, showing the back to the members of LW Blue. That's not going to be enough, and that's going to be it. LW Blue with a 2-0, but not in the way we may have expected here, Achilleos. And if their mental game is like they say it is, they're used to losing, it doesn't really bother them too much, I think they're in for a shot here as we move onto our next map.
Yeah, I mean, not as back and forth as we saw on Sanctum, but I mean, this was a bit more cleaner play, I'd have to say, I guess, from the side of MVP. You know,
I get it.
always feels good to get it. But, yeah, LW Blue fans definitely.
Yep.
You know,
it's getting a little bit more one-sided as we move throughout the series.
Yeah, I mean, it could be very one-sided in just a couple minutes here. Match point in the sights of LW Blue. They could just conquer Hollywood.
Yeah. Now the question mark here is which compositions are we going to see, and at the moment, it's looking like we don't have too much of a change, as Fine is probably not going to be playing Ana.
Yeah, sad boys. See Luna starting things off here with the Zenyatta. But
is this a triple support composition?
there's still time to be swapped up. And I mean, well, we'll see how much they want to stick with it, but I doubt it.
Because they ran a long way, is what I'm saying. Like, Fine's going to have to run back quite a distance.
I mean, so we actually did see this just a couple days ago.
Yeah, we did.
Or, you know, the other week. We saw the triple support come through. And we honestly might see it again here for LW Blue. So they're really going to be going for a full hold on point A. They want as much sustain as humanly possible to get a decent amount of poke. Pine, you know, the sniper playing on the Ana. So it, you know, at least that kind of like overlaps a little bit, but they will be sticking through with this. So the damage output's really going to be on the back of Sabiobi.
Yeah, whereas on the other side, Yaki's actually going to switch over to this Genji now as well. So decent dive opportunities here for MVP Space. We'll see how they go about it as well. We know that they can be very explosive when they close in on these points.
Pushing straight up the front door.
Yeah. Nothing right on top of the point already, actually, and establishing a lot of control. There's the bionic grenade. Sabiobi already able to take down Undyne. It's unfortunate. Mako gets the mech, and Gambler's going to get rid of the Monkey Man. So it's already working out quite nicely here for LW Blue. Sabiobi, he's the only DPS, but it looks like he's the only one they need. Achilleos?
Yeah, I mean, he gets that nice little tag on the closer right at the end to just, you know, stagger him a little bit further. And this is going to be the problem. MVP Space, I mean, not running the triple DPS, just running in, you know, with that, the pseudo dive that you have with the Genji and the Tracer.
That heal deny out of Pine at the very beginning was so good as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is, you know, even with this DPS that you have, like you have very strong ones with this Tracer, with the Genji, but you have 3 supports. That's a lot of healing that you have to get through, and one fact automatically goes down.
Yep, there's going to be the Lucio damage boost. The buff from the recent patch just being demonstrated here as LW Blue are going to follow through with a bunch more kills. Pine does fall down, but Sabiobi's going to get revenge almost immediately. And look at how far he's chasing them off.
Yeah, I mean, this is the investment that LW is going for, and so far it's paying off so very well for them. 2.5 minutes here on the clock for MVP Space, just getting stomped out at every single turn. And really what this is going to come down to is they need Yaki to have one hell of a Dragon Blade. But he's going to be going into about 6 ultimates because Jen is at 86% for that primal range. So having somebody like Luna especially with that Transcendence can just completely counteract the Genji, and that's exactly what he's going to be looking to pop in.
We saw a Pulse Bomb go a little bit wide there from Sebiobi, unfortunate. Didn't get the stick behind MVP space as they now jump back on the point. There's the Dragon Blade. Transcendence in answer immediately, and that's going to be the heal deny. He's already down to 32 health and taken out by a Gambler. That did absolutely nothing. One Fact doesn't find the Pulse Bomb either, and LW Blue are still claiming lives. One Fact trying to do what he can off to the side, but look at that Sebiobi doing the work, and that is going to be Luna finishing off the Tracer. Unfortunate from MVP space, and they're running out of time. 1 minute 25.
It's two ultimates that is all they had to use. The Nano Boost and then the Transcendence. You know, as soon as the Dragon Blade hits, Luna pops the Transcendence. Suddenly Genji is absolutely worthless. And, I mean, that was pretty much all the cards that MVP space had moving into this. There's still an opportunity for them to get this minute left. They're going to go ahead and try to dive right in here, but see if they can actually get through. LW Blue Transcendence already forced out from Undyne. Yep,
Luna already taken here as well, so a good start from MVP space as both sound barriers come down. That's going to be the self-destruct, but they all just duck inside the house and they're going to be absolutely fine.
They're gaining nothing on the point so far.
Yeah, still decent man advantage with MVP space, but that is going to be the kill. Mako picks that one up on Undyne. They've traded the Zenyatta's now as One Fact. Not sure he's going to be able to survive this one sitting in the back line, but Pine is going to be the one taken out by Yaki. Mako's going nuts here as Kuki's going to fall, so the front line really struggling now on the side of MVP space, and that has been a storyline that we've been talking about a lot, Achilleos, and once again control has been gained by LW Blue as MVP space opt in for one last go with 20 seconds now on the clock.
And this all, again, has to be on the back of Yaki. He actually has a bigger window this time because the Dragon Blade is there and Luna does not have the Transcendence yet, so he needs to come out absolutely huge with this ultimate. Sebiobi not going to find the Pulse Bomb. Gets consumed out there from Daly on the Diva. But this is all in right now. Overtime getting ready to come through. Yaki, can he make it happen?
Well, here it is. Jumps in. He's going to see what he can do, but the Bionic Grenade once again going to come down. Kuki's already taken out Janice, so the monkey battle has certainly been won on the side of MVP space, but he can't get anything with that Dragon Blade. LW Blue are keeping themselves alive. There's the self-destruct. He's going to find the kill onto Pine, but not before he takes down Undyne himself. And One Fact now trying to clean up here. Not sure whether it is going to be enough, but he snaps back. Is going to be safe. And Mako's going to grab one onto closer as well. So self-destruct's being traded. Another sound barrier.
Yeah, and that's pretty much just going to be it. MVP space just have to try to stagger their way in here one at a time to hold in. One Fact dashes his way through, but already uses the recall. He'll get taken out. Overtime ticking down. He makes his way back in, but he gets taken out immediately with the help of that Pulse Bomb. And the full hold completed from the side of LW Blue. That triple support. We saw it before. It was actually on attack on Hanamura going into a point two, which
I remember.
a bit more questionable, but being used on point A here is very clear what LW Blue wanted to do. They wanted to just go for that full hold. They're able to get it, and all that MVP get for their troubles is a single tick. You know, 33%, all that they were able to really accrue on that first point. So LW Blue very much set up to go ahead and take themselves the match point if they can complete this just intro assault on Hollywood.
And it just felt so clean as well out of LW Blue. As we switch sides, we'll see what they
it was near effortless, really.
Yeah, it did certainly look like that. Had answers for everything that MVP space were trying to do. One Fact hovering the Bastion, taunting us just a little bit, but could possibly be a thing, you know, on the defense.
It's just so hard to kill the supports in that situation because Luna and Pine can just exchange hits. Harmony Orbin onto the Ana just spam shots into the Zenyatta, and then you have Gambler just sitting there healing himself and everybody else simultaneously. It's so much healing to try to get through. And you saw even with Yaki having that opening, no Transcendence thrown down, he dashes in. All of a sudden the Biotic Grenade hits. He gets chunked down to about 40 HP, and he just has to back out. Doesn't come up with any kills. So
and that actually works out so well for cutting through the front line at the same time. I mean, you've got the Discord Orb as well as that Biotic Grenade.
Yeah.
And
they take more damage. They receive no healing.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Exactly, and they just melt at the hands of a lower DPS composition, but it doesn't seem to matter because the debuffs are there.
Well, we were talking about it for King's Row, but B-Space, they're going to try it again. One Fact sitting in on this Bastion yet again.
Well, see whether it works. It's not necessarily the same as the Tourbillon composition, but I like it. Same idea.
There's no one really to threaten it from range. You do have, you know, Janus and Mecha who can go ahead and push forward together, drop down the barrier, have the right click there from the D.Va to go ahead and mitigate a lot of damage coming out from the Bastion. But with a Discord Orb thrown down onto him, he's going to be very squishy even with his self-healing. So this is still going to be a bit of a risk here from the side of MVP Space. They're putting all their cards in this Bastion play. We'll see how well it's going to work out for him.
So far has incredibly far back positioning. There he's going to go. Okay. Bit of damage there, but it doesn't seem to matter. LW Blue are just fighting on top of this point. Pookie's going to already fall down to Pine. The defense matrix is going to eat up a lot of this, but one fact is at least kept himself alive. That is important. So Yolby's going to take down closer, and he's definitely going to be dead.
Yeah, Daly gets popped into the back as well. They take him out, and that's going to be one back going down. This is probably going to be it right here.
They only need to get it a little bit further. Everyone on the point now on the side of MVP Space, and it feels like the end of the last round.
Goodbye.
Once again, and that was so quick. Hollywood claimed by LW Blue. We mentioned that there could be a possibility of a snowball victory here for LW Blue. That was most certainly convincing.
I mean, really, what do you do if you're MVP Space at this point? Right now, you're in threat of suffering a